Vets, can I ask you something? What's the end goal? At the time of this recording, I've probably created 85 instructional videos on how to navigate the VA claims process, and every single one of them covers the same foundation: in-service injury, illness, or event, a current diagnosis, and a nexus or link connecting those two things together. It really is that simple. I mean, it really is. But I also know, and I'm aware that it doesn't feel simple. Like, saying it's simple is one thing, but it doesn't really feel simple. And so I'm aware of that. There are forms, exams, letters, terminology, timelines, effective dates, and frankly, it's probably a lot of confusion that comes built into the VA claims process system that really is unfair, and I get that. So I've walked you through these details step by step. I've turned over every rock. I've gone through every corner. I've tried to assess every possible circumstance and every variation of every VA claims situation for you. But here's something that I have to say I've been noticing, and it's something that's been quite distressing for me. The content that veterans need the most, content that talks about how to actually do your VA claim, that content is not always the content that veterans are watching all the time. And that's the thing that really prompted me to make this video. I'm seeing tons of questions online. Like, I'm a part of Facebook groups. I watch Reddit chats. I see all of these different things, and veterans are asking things like, how do I file an intent to file? How do I prepare for my CMP exam? I just got denied for a claim, and I know I got the condition. Like, how do I submit a response or a rebuttal to the denial of my claim? And listen, I really get those questions. I get that, like, veterans have all of those questions, and it's a valid and concerning question to see these things happen in the VA claim process and then wonder, man, like, what's the deal? Like, why is it that, I can't seem to break through? But yeah, y'all, I do really have an honest and respectful question that I want to ask you. And I mean no harm in asking you this question, but let me say something. Like, how do you plan to navigate your VA claim if you don't take the time to educate yourself on how the VA process actually works? Like, how are you going to do it? Like, you could sit and complain about the process. Like, you could sit and talk about how it's jacked up for veterans, how they don't care about us. You could talk about how political leaders are aiming to chop our heads off, and they don't value the needs of veterans. They don't care about what we're going through. They can care less about our bills. You could actually say that. Or you could take a different approach and really start thinking about, man, like, did I even do the process right when I first filed my claim, my VA claim? Like, was I even on the right track? Was I anywhere in the ballpark when it comes to filing my VA claim? So here's the thing. If you've been stuck in your VA claim process for weeks, months, and maybe even years, have you ever stopped to ask the question, and could it be me? What exactly do you plan to do differently to get a different result on your VA claim? Like, what's your game plan? What's your strategy? What's your end goal what are you looking for as an end result? You really have to take the time to ask yourself that question. And I'm not saying this with judgment. I'm not saying this to try to down any of my veteran brothers and sisters. I'm not saying this as a means to put you on the spot. I'm really saying it with urgency. And the reason why I'm saying it with urgency is because right now, today, vets and families, there is more congressional and public scrutiny on the accuracy and integrity of VA claims than I've ever seen in my whole 20-year military career and the last 10 years that I've helped veterans do VA claims. The landscape is shifting, y'all. It's changing, and I have never, ever seen it like this. And that's what pushes me to ask these questions that I'm asking you today. Because filing your claim the right way, not the fast way, not the clickbaity way, not the end around way, the shortcut way, not those ways. Filing your claim the right way matters more now than it ever has. And I want to help you. So that really brings me to you, my community, the ones who watch and like and subscribe to my channel, which I appreciate, the ones who share these videos with veterans who really need it. I want to serve you better. I want to be someone who is a plus for you and not a minus for you. I don't want to just be making content and beating the air and, just throwing stuff out there if it's not the stuff that you really need. So let me ask you directly, what type of content would actually help prepare you the most on your VA claim? What do you need? Is it content on the mechanics of VA compensation claims? Is it more strategical things? Is it more education about the VA claims process? What would truly help you guys move forward? Because at the end of the day, is it your goal just to secure like VA compensation? Or, because I'm going to be quite honest with you, that compensation is honestly more unstable now than it has ever been in decades. Like, it's been at least 50 years since I've seen anybody really even look at VA claim compensation the way that they're looking at it now. And it is on the urgent spectrum, way beyond urgent spectrum, right? That whole break glass in case of emergency, we done broke the glass. Like, the glass is completely broken. So, is it just to get compensation, y'all? Is this just about money? Or is it to leverage like your military skills, your life skills, the things that you've learned and grown in over a certain amount of time, your discipline, your adaptability to become the very best version of yourself after military service? Is that the goal? Do you want to live with confidence, clarity, connection, purpose, vision, hope, values? That's what I'm about on this channel. That's what I want for you. That's why I keep doing this. And that's why I want to help you. That's why I want to stay in the fight. That's why I'm going to keep staying in the fight. But I really need you guys to help me to define and shape what comes next, because it's a lot to do these videos. I am going to shift my perspective a little bit in the new year. A lot more of my videos are going to be more conversational like this. I'm gonna, as a matter of fact, I'm still gonna do VA claim content videos, but I'm gonna delve even more deep into the area of reviewing articles that have to do with us and our not just our claims, but our health insurance, our life insurance, not just those things, but I'm gonna delve more into what mental health looks like for veterans and how we can advocate for veterans who really need help and assistance, not just on the mental health side, but then also veterans who need help and assistance just with dealing with life's circumstances, the things that put you down. It broke my heart to see that just a few weeks ago, veterans having to stand in line just to get assistance to buy food for their families. really broke my heart. And I just kept thinking as I saw that, man, like what is it that we are not doing to assist our veterans in their time of need? Veterans who have served their country, fought for freedom, and have done all of those things. So I need your help. I want you to help me. Drop a comment below. What is it that you would like to learn? Where is it in your claim that you're getting stuck? What would help you move forward? Listen, don't be ashamed. We all have gone through these types of challenges and obstacles. But drop something in the comments. Say, hey, yo, Craig, send me an email. If you don't want to put it publicly in a comment, that's fine. Send me an email. Craig, I have no idea how to put together a resume. I have no idea how to transition my military skills over into civilian skills and figure out how to make that look good on a one-page sort of summary about, Craig, there's some scenario-based exercises that I know that if I did them well, I would get this job. Craig, I want to start my own business. I don't even know where to start. I don't know what an LLC is about. I have no idea how to do that. I served my country. I did a whole bunch of stuff on the inside when I was in the military, and I was very good at that, but I don't know how to navigate this life thing. Don't be ashamed. Send me an email if you don't want to be public. Drop something in the comments if you are okay with it being public, because I want to know, what's your end goal? If I can find out what your end goal is, I promise you I will do my very best to create the content that benefits you guys the most, because that's what I want to do. There are some exciting things coming up on our channel in the new year. I'm probably going to make maybe 3 or 4 more videos for the remainder of the year. I'm going to do three of the more like conversational videos like this, or like 3 a little bit more maybe scripted videos. This is not really scripted, but 3 or 4 videos like this. And then I'm going to do one live. My wife and I probably do a live before we take a break for Christmas and the New Year. So let me know what you guys would like to see. Because I've done a lot of what I think might be helpful, but maybe it's not as helpful as I think it is to you guys. So I want to serve you in the very best way that I can. Thank you again for watching my videos, for liking, for subscribing, and let's go into the year 2026 with a lot more purpose and strategy and focus, so that we can live royally and live well. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.